Hey everyone, KeokeN here. We're talking this month about concept art, and concept art is a very important process in game development. Mostly when teams get larger, it's a better process or required process. If it's smaller, it's actually harder to place concept artists like this. But for example, the 3D guys need something to work with. So. I was actually lucky when we started KeokeN to grab one of the, what I would say, Holland's most upcoming good talent or like powerful concept artist. That's called Leon, and he was the first intern of KeokeN at the time. So that's around 3.5 years ago, I think. And funny part is that Gerben, who you will also see in this video, is actually drafted by Leon a little bit, and he helped him kind of get his application at KeokeN. So, and it was at the time I wasn't looking for concept artists, so I have to give some credit to Gerben for trying and just walking up to me and just pressing this through, you know. So no, but it's sincerely very important to game development to see these kind of beginnings of where environments will be at, and how tools will look like, and how astronauts will float, you know. So I wish you a lot of fun with these crazy guys, because they're also fun as hell.
Please meet our concept artists.
Yo, what's up? I'm Gerben.
My name is Leon Tucker.
So guys, what has been your inspiration to help you develop concept art for Deliver Us the Moon?
You want to start?
Yeah, sure thing. I mean, for me, since Deliver Us the Moon is a fairly realistic science fiction game, usually in my personal work I kind of like the more colorful, like weird sci-fi stuff. So for Deliver Us the Moon, it's very important that we do our research, right? So we look at the stuff that NASA does, and yeah, like, and the ESA as well.
Yeah, definitely. Like NASA and just regular day science is really big inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
Like you want to keep everything, especially for an IP like Deliver Us the Moon, you want to keep it grounded in reality.
Yeah. So we're keeping things grounded, but we're still trying to introduce new stuff, right? So it keeps the game interesting for players. We're trying to introduce new concepts in terms of gameplay and in terms of visuals.
Yeah, definitely. That's the hardest part, really. Just getting that back out of the sort of the boring research.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now like you guys are pretty much complete opposites in many ways, and I know that because I know you guys personally. But what are your processes for like how you do it? Like, what do you guys actually do? What's your process, and what happens when you're complete with that process as well?
Right. So our processes are very different. Like I basically start out the most like boring way possible. Like I do all the research, like write everything down, make like boring sketches. Start from a really like simple starting point, and then I just build on top of that. Like add new ideas, talk with people, talk with like all the animation department, the level design department, see what I can sort of bring into the design, which makes it interesting.
Yeah, it's funny because it's kind of opposite, because usually when I started in a very experimental way. I just start throwing shapes around and, well, yelling loud swear words probably, and like putting the office inside out and stuff like that. So yeah, that's how I tend to work. I tend to work from shapes instead of design. I mean, for me the design comes later when I find a cool shape to work with.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a very experimental workflow in 3D and 2D.
Now we have a little Q&A for you guys. What'd you guys study?
I studied a course called Design for Virtual Theater and Games. It was actually the first game design course in the Netherlands. But it had, of course, more to do with game design and writing, and I did the art stuff on the side. So, and after 2 years of that school, I figured out, this is not what I want to be. I just want to draw spaceships and stuff like that, like space stations and cool alien worlds. So I kind of stuck to it, and that's what I've been doing ever since. So I've been a freelancer for a little bit over a year now. Yeah,
it's sort of similar story. I studied at a different place in Enschede called Game Creation and Producing, and then that's obviously also more about the modeling part, the game design part. And then I just picked up concept art because that seemed way cooler than everything else. So you know.
Yeah, that's because it is.
And like, other than obviously Deliver Us the Moon being a game with beautiful art that you guys create, what do you think is a game with great art?
Destiny. Definitely Destiny.
Really?
Yeah, Destiny's pretty awesome, even though I didn't play it. I have the art book though.
Yep.
Well, a game that always stuck out for me is a little game called Journey by That Game Company, which is a very abstract, like story-driven game without spoken text or voice acting.
Very beautiful.
It's just characters and beautiful abstract environments. That's what I love, even though it's not really sci-fi or anything. I don't know, it just really inspires me. There are probably a lot of other games, but...
And what artists inspire you?
All right.
You want me to go ahead?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, yeah, for me it's probably, because I work in 3D and 2D and they're kind of separate things, I would say for 2D it's definitely James Peck, because when I just started out like drawing, when I just got an internship actually at KeokeN, when they were just like working from the kitchen, like from their home, when they were just starting up, I took, like Koen gave me a course with James Peck, an environment design course, and he taught me so much about the fundamentals of design, like perspective and lighting, stories, mood, stuff like that. So that guy is still very inspiring to me. And in terms of 3D, it's probably Ash Thorpe and Beeple. Yeah, those are Cinema 4D users I really like.
Yeah, it's really good stuff. Yeah, for me it's definitely Doria Belbrook and Darren Bacon. They both worked on Destiny, for example.
Mm-hmm.
But their like design language and the way they use shape, etc. It's really unique and beautiful in a way that is, I think, unparalleled in a lot of other areas.
Yeah.
You just don't see that sort of visual very often.
Yeah,
I think it's
I especially
very
love Belbrook's style, since he has like such a colorful way of painting. I really like that.
All right, Herman, you've told me that in the past, like the concept art community in the Netherlands is actually really together and very connected. But do you guys ever hang out outside of work?
Yes.
Yeah, we do. We do.
Do you do beers and concept art, or?
Well,
A lot of board
usually,
games?
usually when we hang out, it's not really about concept art, right? We try and play board games. Sometimes we play video games, and probably a lot of booze is involved as well.
Yeah. We do talk a lot about art.
Yeah, that's what we do. Yeah, but it's mostly here on the job, right?
Yeah,
If we talk about it, or on Facebook or anything like that, or in a Google Hangout. But yeah, apart from that, we just play games. Board games are awesome.
What are your favorite games?
Like video games or board games?
Video games.
In terms of video games, I am such a sucker for RTS games, and especially Age of Empires 2. That's my little baby, I think. So what about you?
I don't really have a favorite game, but I'm
games
really,
you like.
Yeah, I'm really digging Hearthstone at the moment.
Oh yeah,
it's always been fun, you know. I was a big fan of all the Need for Speed games when I was growing up. Like I was total gearhead. Yeah, like you wouldn't say, obviously.
We're all learning something today.
And then Grand Theft Auto, of course, that was awesome.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, guys, thank you so much. Say goodbye to everyone out there, and we will be back again with more Deliver Us the Moon people in the future.
Bye, guys.
All
See you.
right.
We'll
See you
probably
guys.
do a stream
Cheers.
very soon, right? On Twitch.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, as well.
We'll see you later. Yeah, but I mean, you're the main concept artist. I'm just a jack
You're
off that.
also the guy who.
It's recording.
Okay.
Just in case.
Hey, what's up?
This is why they want an advanced copy of everything.
We should keep this.
No, this is good. This
works.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Okay, I'll spearhead you in.
Yeah.
All right,
right.
awesome.
Do it.
These are our concept artists.
Oh, that's the cue.
Okay, one more time.
I mean,
no, it's funny. Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, you can just keep it running.
Oh, okay, even better. Yeah, even better.
You don't need.
Even better.
You have Premiere. While still trying to introduce new stuff that people haven't seen before to keep it interesting in terms of gameplay. Oops. Cut that out. I said gameplay.
We're leaving it.
That's all good. It's all good.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's the hardest part of the job, right?
I'll repeat that so you can cut the stuff out. So for example, we look at images of like NASA stuff, and oh shit, that's not what we were saying. Anyway,
the gameplay part.
let's let's give it a 3 seconds pause so you have room to get it out. So,